I'm Jennifer Angel. Hi Sagittarius. This is my overview for you for the week of August the 8th. Now, we've got Mars and Saturn in your sign, and Saturn is coming out of retrograde this week. Hooray! So things won't feel so difficult because Mars and Saturn are like the opposite energy. They're conflicting energy. Mars wants to push forward and get going and get ahead and be impulsive and almost rash at times. And Saturn wants to pull back, slow down a little bit, be more cautious, think things through. So it is like conflicting. While Saturn has been retrograde, it can be a little bit sort of difficult. Now that it's going to go forward, it's going to feel like a breath of fresh air. However, still got that sort of conflict, but I like it because I think they really balance each other out, because particularly Mars in your sign, you can be a little bit impulsive. I got a Sag rising and I can be impulsive, not so much now as I was when I was younger, and also it's a very flirtatious position as well, which has also got me into a lot of trouble. So with Saturn there, it just helps to balance it out, pulls it back, evens out, grounds the energy more. And in that sense, it's very nice. Now, there is a couple of aspects coming off your career zone. One is with Venus and Saturn, and that's later in the week, and it's a square. So and this is getting towards over the weekend. So you want to be a little bit careful who you're dealing with. If you get into loggerheads with someone who thinks they know more than you, or they think that they know what you should be doing rather than you don't agree with them, sometimes it's just not worth getting involved in it. Perhaps step away, save yourself the aggravation. You're going to do what you're going to do anyway. So do you really need to convince it to someone? Maybe not. It could be a monetary issue going on here too. Let's not forget that Venus is representative of relationships and money. So if it's a monetary thing, then yeah, perhaps you're going to have to deal with it. Now, the other aspect coming from here is actually at the same time, there's a couple of others, but at the same time over the weekend, Venus is going to be opposite Neptune. Now, Neptune is in your home and family area. So, this is very nice. It sort of balances out what's happening in your work area. Somebody from your family area could be very supportive. It's also, Venus and Neptune together is a very loving, beautiful connection. For you, it's in your home and family and in your area of responsibility. So, it could very well be to do with money. So it's like, in one sense, there's sort of an aggravation of what's going on, if somebody's sticking their nose in your business. On the other sense, it comes from a good place, and if you can recognize that, then it can really help to build a stronger, deeper bond. Now, right at the start of the week, we've sort of gone backwards here, we've got a very nice aspect between Pluto and Mercury. Mercury in your career zone, Pluto in your money zone. And this does really highlight a couple of things. Number one, you want to be real careful of your self-talk, okay? So particularly around money, try to this week pay attention to your inner thoughts, pay attention to your attitude around money, and if it's a negative, then you want to acknowledge that and then try and change it. As I said to one of the other signs for this week, that I'm reading some material from an author, Bruce Lipton, at the moment, and he talks about reprogram, and it's very interesting. So it's Bruce Lipton if you want to look into that. Biology of Belief, and he has another book called The Honeymoon Effect. So both very interesting books. All right, so with that, just closing with the Pluto and Mercury, So yes, watch your self-talk, but there could be some discussions going on here with people to do with money that can be very, very good. Okay, it's almost like it's a very lucky trine. You're going to have to recognize it, and you're going to have to be proactive about it. So there's a lot going on this week. Okay, mostly good. Some of it's just going to ground you, which is good as well. All right, have a great week. I'm Jennifer Angel. Thanks for watching.